that was a nice win for us. And I was impressed with USD. I don't know their league that well, but I don't think that's a 10th place team in any league. They're young, but they played hard, and we had a hard time obviously guarding them in the first half. They had 13 baskets. I counted 8 of them layups, but they cut hard. They play with pace and speed, and they had us back on our heels. We were significantly better probably the last 6 or 7 minutes of the first half and for big stretches in the second half, and made them take harder shots. And that's what you have to be able to do. I think fatigue became a little bit of a factor on both sides. But that was a nice win for us, a good start. Our guards, Jeremy and Trey, they're going to have to continue to play like that offensively, and they're going to have to continue to play better defensively. So, good start, enough bright spots. Again, teaching points, they shot 49%. So we got to guard better. It's obvious. And thought we had stretches where we did, but you can't let teams shoot 50% on you, and they were close to that. So we will take it, move forward, get ourselves ready for the next one, which will be a tough one at Gonzaga. But we will be excited. We'll play hard, and hopefully we'll play well. Anything?
You mentioned scoring in the paint. Their first 4 buckets were inside the paint. What adjustments did you make late in that first half?
Don't let them get layups. I mean, we talked about it. That, you know, a lot of those are nuances of the old guard says Princeton offense. We say Air Force offense. And, you know, we've been able to guard Air Force without giving up a lot of back cuts for layups, and they did a nice job. They moved. When we started guarding the ball harder, it made it a little more difficult for them to find that open cutter. When we changed our angles just a little bit, so it's learn, adjust, next play, and don't repeat bad history.
Coach, you talk about Diero giving you 29 minutes. This is a guy who's barely played in his career, and he's out there all of a sudden in a real big game and producing for you.
I thought Diero, and I'm glad you brought him up. I think he's 1 for 4, but he had the other 3 were right at the rim layups that could have gone in. He could have been 4 for 4. And he is relentless. He is the ultimate teammate. And to be honest with you, if you look over a career, he probably has been odd man out, not gotten quite the opportunity that others have, and could have looked for reasons to not compete quite as hard. Subtly, he never ever let that happen. Diero's a pre-med major. He has a 2 o'clock class Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so he's only able to practice those 3 days for a little over an hour. President Hirschman put him on the selection committee for the athletic director. He was the only student athlete on it. He's held in very high regard in our athletic community and throughout San Diego State. And if you say, tell me what a student athlete's supposed to look like, put Diero Williams' face there. And he can play. And he can play. So we're going to need him. We are going to need him. Whether he can play 29 minutes every game, I don't know. But we're going to need Diero to be ready to play and play with the enthusiasm, energy, and effectiveness that he did tonight.
Steve, Trey said you showed him the USD media guide cover from last year's game. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Before we went out the last time, I did. I said, here's the cover of their media guide. I think I was telling the truth. And it showed Bailey, after he dunked to win the game against us at Petco, celebrating the way he should have. That was the cover of their media guide. that was a big deal to both sides. We had won 9 straight. We were the overwhelming favorite, and they beat us in every way possible. So I also put on the board, forgive but don't forget. That was I put that up as a sidebar with all the other stuff. You can forgive yourself for what happened, but don't forget it. And come out and play like a program that has pride and history and respect. That got it?
We don't get to see you before Gonzaga. What are your thoughts about going up there and playing against them?
It'd be hard. They're a very, very good team. They're huge. So it will be a test. And I think our players are excited about the opportunity. We're going to have to play well. We're going to have to play well. I think they're rated in the top 10 or 15 in the country with justification. So we'll see. We'll see. It's a small arena. It'll be packed, and it'll be fun.
Any injury updates on who you might have for that game?
I don't know whether we'll have any of the guys that were unable to play today or not. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. I would say in all probability, you would have to say questionable, maybe highly questionable. We'll talk again tomorrow with Sergio and our trainer and with the guys and see how you're doing. I was really pleased with Valentine tonight. He had missed 10 straight days of practice, maybe 12, and had only practiced a couple of days and only had one day where he looked like he could play. And he did a nice job for us. Blocked a shot or two, changed the arc on a couple, rebounded the ball, and he gave us good minutes, and we're going to need that from him.
HEMSLEY, you picked up those 2 early fouls and you're kind of put on the bench for 7-8 minutes. What was kind of going through your head when you're watching what was going on? Because the team was falling behind, then you come back out, and I think during the last 8 minutes that you played, you scored like 12 points.
I mean, I just tried to keep my head. I wasn't trying to focus on all the negative that happened. I was just trying to focus on, the coaches always preach to his next play, so I was just trying to do that, be a next play guy, and just forget about those 2 fouls and just try to have the mindset of playing smarter when I got back in the game.
You keep that run early in the second half. What was working?
I mean, I don't think they really expected me to shoot, but that's something I've been working on for a long time, and the bigs did a good job of getting me open and setting screens, so that did free my jumper up a lot than they might have expected it.
Talked about shooting. You guys had a good shooting performance tonight. It's gonna be tough to beat you guys if you guys shoot around 50%, which you guys were most of the game.
I mean, yeah, I think it would be tough if we're getting if our jumpers falling or all of our shots are falling, but it really starts on the defensive end, and if we don't have that going into a game, or if that's something that we're lacking on into a game, then we're very beatable. So I think every game has to click on both ends.
Starting the game, was it more about you guys having some jitters, or were they just hitting all their shots? Because it seemed like, I mean, you fell behind early.
Say a little both. I mean, I felt like we came out, we were so excited, so pumped up to play. Just one of those things, you know, we just had to come back down to earth, play our normal game. And then they were making some tough shots in the beginning. So credit to them, but we just had to do what we had to do, keep a level head, and just know there's 40 minutes in the game.
Jeremy, you guys had active hands, man. 10 steals on the game. You had 3. Allen had 3. Is that something you guys preach during practice?
Yeah, Hut is a guy that's going to stay on us no matter what. And if you aren't playing defense, then you're not going to play. So we try to have active hands every game or every practice. So that is something that's definitely preached upon in each practice. So I think we did a good job of doing that today.
Jeremy Barrino came out and had 3 baskets there first. And obviously he's a freshman. You guys don't know anything about him. Did you guys kind of figure out that you need to play the drive more than the shot?
Yeah, coming in, we knew he was a driver, but that was really on me at the beginning of the game when I just let him go past me and just get to the rim. So when I came back in, I tried to keep that mindset that he wasn't going to shoot it.
Did you guys think at all about last year's game against these guys?
For sure. It's just right before the game. I mean, it's the thing we talked about this week in practice. And then right before the game, Coach Fish showed us their media guide. And there's a picture of them getting that final dunk before the game ended. So it's just one of those things, you know, more fuel to the fire.
KELL, as a leading scorer, how do you pick your spots in a game when you're going to shoot, when you're not going to shoot?
It's just one of those things. My coaches, my teammates, they tell me to be aggressive. So anytime I get the ball, I just try to make something happen, whether that's for me or for my teammates. They give me that green light, you know, to just be myself and go out there and try to make something happen.
Jim, when you talk about D'Aro and what kind of lift he gave you, and
Yeah.
that far his career high in minutes, you know, some
Right.
performances he's ever had.
Well, D'Aro's been awesome in practice. He's been a guy who's been breaking down the defense, pushing the tempo, and just doing all the things that we need to do. So to see him carry over in the game from what he's been doing in practice was pretty cool to see. So I love seeing that.
You guys have had the exhibition, but what do you think about just playing with some of the newer players, Valentine, Nolan, Techie, obviously?
It's just one of those things, you know, we've been working on it a lot in practice. It sucks to not have, you know, some of our key guys with us, with Matt and Malik being hurt. But, you know, it's just one of those things we're very deep, and for that reason we're glad to have that with 2 people going down. So during practice, you know, it's time to get reps with those people, and now when it comes to the game time, to execute.
I know you mentioned, you know, you just kind of kept the team level-headed, but it was kind of a struggle during that first half. What do you kind of think the turning point was? I know when HEMSLEY came back in, that helped, but there's big moments when Cheatham and Valentine both had really big blocks, and that kind of pumped you guys up. What would you say was kind of the turning point?
I remember a big shot Jeremy hit. I think they were up about 9, something like that. And then Jerm hits a 3. And then I think we came down, got like a steal, and then a layup, something like that. So, I mean, like you said, it was a lot of different people. Jerm started us off with a big shot, and then with Val's block, some of our steals, and then Z just being the energizer he is. It was a lot of different people that helped us in that run.
Anything else?
You guys even started thinking about Gonzaga, or was it in the middle of this game you're just like trying to figure out a way to get through this one?
Yeah, I mean, during the game, you don't really think about the next game. It's just the focus is on whoever you're playing that game. But that game's over, so now the focus does switch to Gonzaga because it's a quick turnaround. We got to go up there on Sunday. So, but during the game, Gonzaga wasn't really a focus.
One last question. How big is this home opener for you guys against a local squad?
I mean, it's big because it's our first one of the season. It's better to be 1-0 than 0-1, and then plus, just like we were talking about earlier, they beat us last year, so it was good to be back on the winning side, and we hope to carry that over into Gonzaga on Monday.